Hello everybody, welcome back to a video, and you know what? I get it. I've been throwing around a lot of Doctor Who mumbo jumbo lately. Lots of this villain, that character, this concept in one story. I get it. If you're someone who's new to the show and are just confused by what I've been saying, you know what? Makes sense. I talk to my family members sometimes about some of the stuff I'm going to say in this video, in these videos, and that they think, "What are you talking about? I have no idea what you're talking about." So today, I'm going to give people that are looking for a place to start the best places to start, in my opinion. So I'm actually going to start with the places that might seem like a good place to start that aren't actually good places to start. Seasons 1 through 6, the 1960s seasons. Now, this is one of, if not the best decade for the show, in my opinion. So why am I saying no? It also has some of the best stories. You have the War Games, Evil of the Daleks, the Celestial Toymaker, the Chase, the Massacre. Why am I saying skip the 60s? The missing episodes. If it were not for the missing episodes, then I would say easily start in the 1960s. Okay, so this should be a whole video in itself. But basically, in the BBC were idiots. They thought after an episode aired on TV, there would be no value, and so they got rid of them. They deleted them. And so now there's 97 episodes missing. The audio exists due to people in the 60s recording it, but the episodes themselves, the actual moving images, do not. So there's been animations, but there's still some stories that have yet to be animated, including the fourth story, Marco Polo. So unless you want to hear audio for some of these or watch still images move, yeah, I would say don't start with the 60s, even though it's a very good decade. Okay, season 12. This is another point which some people might be like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Tom Baker, most popular, most iconic Doctor of them all. Let me start with his first season. Well, no, because he a lot of things, especially in that first season, that are big. Sarah Jane Smith, unit in the first story. These are concepts from the third Doctor's era. This would be like skipping Christopher Eccleston and moving straight to David Tennant. Which ironically is my next point, which is season 2 series 2 of the revival. Both starting with season 12, the classic run, series 12 of the revival, both have the same issue, which is they both borrow lots of concepts and things from the previous Doctor. Season 12, you have Sarah Jane Smith and Unit. That for season 12. But series 2, Rose Tyler, the Time War. Time War in itself is actually really big. So, I'm just saying that you're going to have a lot of things that you're just thinking, wait, what now? Because Series 1 introduces that entire cast, essentially, which makes several return appearances beyond Series 2. So, if you just say, I'm going to skip Eccleston, move straight to Tennant, then you're going to be really confused. So, yeah. Same with Series 8. Now, I think the consensus is Capaldi is more popular than Matt Smith, but basically, again, lots of things borrowed over. Capaldi is Smith's successor. He shares a companion. Again, just a lot of stuff. Okay, Series 11. This is actually one that almost acts as a fresh slate. However, I put it in the do not start section simply because I think it's one of the weakest seasons of the show. You don't really get a good sense of what the show is in this season. You get some of the basic concepts. The Doctor, a time traveler throughout the universe, goes fighting bad guys, right? Very simplistic. But you miss out on some iconic monster stories. And I think if you're going to start someone out with Doctor, you need to have that first season have at least one iconic monster story in it. And by iconic monster story, I mean Daleks, Cybermen, Sontarans, even the Master, should be in there, or even the Autons, or some sort of iconic character. And so you don't get that until the New Year's special. Okay. The final point in the do not column, season 1, this year's season, the 2024 season. So I'm still trying to come to my understanding of what my opinion on the season is. But basically, without going into spoilers, which I'm trying to make this spoiler free because, beginner's guide, the villain that ends the season is a villain that had not been seen on screen for about, almost 50 years. Yeah, that's not a starting point. Also would mean you're starting technically with a Christmas special with the Church on Ruby Road, which is a decent enough Christmas special, but at the same time, if someone's going to start watching Doctor Who, do you really want them to start with a Christmas special? Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas specials, but at the same time, is the average viewer going to want to start there, or just start with season 1, episode 1? Okay, so we've gone through those. So let's now get to the big point. Where do I think the good places to start are? Well, season 7 of the original run. Now, this acts as a soft reset. At the end of the War Games, the Doctor gets exiled to Earth. And basically, with that comes a completely fresh slate. You get a new Doctor, a new setting, new companions, because the second Doctor's companions leave at the end of the War Games. You get a fresh slate. Everything you need to know is explained. The Doctor has his memories of how to operate the TARDIS taken from him. He is stuck on Earth, and he has to work with UNIT. Even things from side characters like the Brigadier basically is explained away. He worked with the Doctor before. Okay. It's 4 stories, not episodes, stories. Only thing I would say is be ready for some long viewing sessions because Spirit from Space, the premiere, 4 27-minute episodes. The other 3 stories this season are 7 20-minute episodes. It's a great season. I think season 8 is better, but season 7 is a great starting place. Series 1 of the revival. I mean, Eccleston is a fantastic Doctor. You get the ground running with the Autons, and you get the best Doctor of the relaunch, the revival, the newer era, which it's crazy to call this almost 20 years old. It's crazy. But in addition to that, it's got great stories, a great finale, and a great World War II set. 2-parter, The Empty Child, The Doctor Dances. Great stories all around. The Slitheen, take it or leave it on your opinions there, but you also get the Daleks. This is not a spoiler. One of the stories is literally called Dalek. So, great. Great season. Again, one of my top 5 favorites. Great starting point. This was actually my starting point into the show, and it was incredible. I got it instantly. Series 5. This seems like a weird one, but at this point, David Tennant left. And Russell T Davies, who had ran the show for Eccleston and Tennant's runs, had left. New Doctor, new creative team, new companions, new type of stories. And you also hit the ground running with the best poster generation story with the 11th Hour. You get great stories throughout the entire season. including the fantastic Vincent and the Doctor. There's some episodes of the show that go back in time and focus on a particular celebrity or historical figure, and series 5 features the best one with its fantastic Vincent Van Gogh episode. So, what's the best point? Honestly, any of those three. Out of 60 years, almost 61 years of time and space, it's really hard to say which singular episode is the best one to start with. But I would honestly, I think if you're on the look, you should definitely think new Doctor, new creative team, new companions. Which really for the classic run means, with avoiding missing episodes, really means season 3. No, not season 3, season 7, sorry. The third Doctor's first season. Anyway, if you want to see a video I did on a similar subject, which was how to begin a Doctor Who DVD collection, you can check that one out as well. That's it for this video. Go check out that other one. Like and subscribe. Bye.